This is the riff of the week. We're talking about tenths. And tenths is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's also the octave of the third. 1, 2, 3. But on a bass, the convenient interval for a tenth occurs when you have one finger on the E string and your pinky or maybe your ring finger on the G string. And you've got your two versions of the tenth, the major tenth, major third, or the minor third. And these can be really nice color notes when you start to get into playing, more chords on the bass instead of just sitting around with single notes. You might get into some power chord fifths on the bass to build chords, but then the tenth is this really wide interval that sounds good on a bass when you're trying to outline major or minor tonalities. So one of the things I like to practice is doing major scales in tenths. So I don't know if you can't see that here. I'll do this in G so you can see it better on the screen here. So if I start on G, I'm going to go up the major scale in G in tenths. It starts off with a major tenth, then a minor, and then another minor, then a major, then another major, and then a minor, another minor, and then we're back to the octave. Okay. This is like a useful little tool that you can use to add some color, as long as you know if you're on a major chord or a minor chord, and can be good for moving around. And it can be the beginning of getting into more complicated stuff where you're sort of covering some harmony, maybe even some melodic stuff in the bass while still playing the bass line. And there are a lot of guys out there that make this look like child's play, and there are some amazing players who can do it great where they're playing melody and bass all together. This is something a little bit more subtle that you can use inside of playing with a band, where you can have just maybe a little color note every once in a while you can throw in the tenth to show off that sound. So there you go. That's the lick of the week, is using tenths inside of your bass playing. And the skill is to practice a major scale using tenths. So everything in the two different notes are going to move diatonically. In other words, they're both going to be moving in the same major scale. One's just starting a third or a tenth above the other. So you start to learn the relationships. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, minor, major again for the octave. That's in G. You can practice this anywhere. It really works though. Obviously you can't do a tenth, from the A string. It's darn near impossible. So usually my middle finger is on the E string and my pinky's on the G. Might use the ring finger for the minor third. Like that, or just might use my pinky. Either way, whatever's comfortable for you. Give it a try.